my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. I am Jackie and this is Realistically Raw. Those of you who don't know, I recently had my implants removed and I thought I would show you guys what I have been eating this past week. Today is Saturday, so it's been a week and a day since my actual surgery. I'm feeling really good. I would say about 90%, a little sore, not too terrible though, and finally feel like my stomach is starting to feel a little bit back to normal. I've had quite the emotional week, but I do think that foods help with that too. I think it's just like when you are coming off of all the anesthesia, when you are taking things that you don't normally take on a daily basis, I think it does mess with your mind. Your body is just not 100% itself. Today I got up, I started with my typical lemon water. I have been doing a warm lemon water to start my day, and then I have not done anything else. And I will tell you that I've been doing a green juice pretty much daily, but I am not doing that. Today, I am going to have a mushroom coffee. I took a walk. This is the first time I've done any sort of physical activity, really. I went over to our high school track and I did like a mile walk on the track. If I felt like I was starting to get a little sweaty, I could just get in the car and come home. Because of my incisions, I'm not supposed to get them wet. I go back tomorrow and they will do like the official taping that I will have to tape myself up in a certain way for like the next 6 weeks. They're gonna show me how to do it, video it, because Jordan can't make it, and then I am gonna head up to see my family and I'm gonna stay a few days up there. So I have been indulging in this. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. It is called Rise. It does have a little bit of caffeine in it. The ingredients are organic mushroom blend, which includes cordyceps, reishi, king trumpet, shiitake, turkey tail, lion's mane, and then an instant Arabica coffee. It does have MCT oil and coconut milk in it. So this would not be considered raw, but you know, we are realistic about it, right? I know I said I was gonna be 100%. I haven't been, if I'm being completely honest. Yesterday, Jordan made some tofu and I had a couple bites of that. I just feel like my body has been craving things, so I'm just trying to listen to it. But for the most part, I am eating raw. I'm eating lots of fruit, definitely raw all day, and then in the evening, I've had a little bites of cooked food here and there. But low sodium, keeping things whole foods as possible. But I have been treating myself with this every day. It's hard when you're sitting around the house all day not to be eating out of boredom, so this kind of helps with that. And today, because I just got back from my walk, I'm gonna do it iced. So let me show you how I do it. So the directions are to use 1 to 2 tablespoons depending on how strong you like it, and I do like it strong, so I am gonna use 1.5 tablespoons-ish. And then I have my little tea kettle here that I use. You gotta use hot water, obviously, to make sure that it all mixes in. And I'm not using the full amount because I'm going to use some almond milk. And when you order the coffee, you get this cute little spoon. So I'm gonna use my cute little spoon, mix it up. Okay, and I'm gonna mix it all in this cup while it's still hot, because once it's in its ice, it doesn't mix quite as well. So I'm just gonna do what I think here. It's probably a tablespoon or 2 of date syrup. And then this cinnamon. I love cinnamon. And cinnamon helps keep your blood sugar regulated, for those of you who didn't know, especially when you're combining it with sugar, which date syrup is sugary. It has a lot of natural sugar in it, but it's still sugar. And then I do a little drop of vanilla. It's pure vanilla. It is non-alcoholic. Give that a good stir. A little taste. It's good. It's really sweet. I am going to just add just a tiny bit more date syrup just because I'm going to mix this with some almond milk. Normally I make my own almond milk, but it's not been the best week for me to cook anything. I think just being sore at the beginning of the week, not really wanting to overdo. So I am using the silk stuff. It is unsweet, but it's not perfect, so don't judge me. And then I'm gonna pour this in. I got it down. This is about perfect pour, right? I'm just gonna stir it up. I'm running a little low on ice, so I don't know how cold it's gonna be. This is really good. If you guys are like addicted to really yummy coffee place iced coffees, this is a really nice substitute. The caffeine's lower, healthier with the date syrup, and a lot cheaper too. I think I'm gonna put this in the freezer for just a little bit because not having a lot of ice, this is kind of warm and I want it to be really cold. So I'm gonna stick this in here. And while that's kind of freezing, I am going to get into some watermelon. I do like to start my day with fresh fruit. I feel like it just makes me feel my best, light on my feet. Clean up this mess later. And so the watermelon has just been killer. My dogs are gonna come over here now. They absolutely love watermelon. I really like my melon to be ice cold. If anybody else is like that, comment down below, let me know. Or do you like it warm? I like it ice cold. I feel like it's much more satisfying and refreshing. That's my cue. So I'm gonna save a bite. I have to feed my dogs while I'm eating this. And those of you who've watched my other videos know that I can't sit down and eat because if I do, they're all over me. It's really good. It's really hot where we live right now. The humidity is not as bad, but it's been pretty warm. So we have a pool, but literally I have not been in it at all this year because I had to replace our liner. The new liner got put in the day before I left to go get my surgery. And so now I can't get in for like at least 6 weeks, but I did buy this like big float and I may try after I get back from visiting my family to get in. It's like a float that sits on top of the water and just like your butt goes down into this mesh net. So I may try to get in it just so that I can use my pool a little bit. So yeah. What did you say? Can you tell me you love me? Tell me. My dogs they're pretty smart dogs. Do you guys have smart dogs? They're easy to train. They're highly food motivated, especially Henry, my red one. He's really smart. He could pick up a trick if I wanted to spend the time to teach him in like, I don't know, an hour. I need to teach him more tricks. I'm gonna put a nice dent in this bowl and then I will be back at lunchtime. Okay guys, so I am back. I'm sitting outside on our little patio. After I had the watermelon in my iced coffee, I was still a little hungry, so I'm gonna have some grapes. I waited about 30 minutes. You really shouldn't eat anything with melon. I don't like to have a crampy belly. I've been trying to get outside as much as possible because I hate getting cooped up in my house, but I was telling you guys, we've been having stuff done at our house. Last week, we had people in our house pretty much every day except for on the 4th and the 5th. And I didn't do anything on the 4th. I literally sat at home all day. Jordan went over to some friend's house and they had kind of like a pool party. I just wasn't really feeling up to it. And I'm trying not to get hot and sweaty, so I just decided to stay home and watch movies, and I really didn't get out because I just wasn't feeling great that day. I started my cycle, so I just kind of was in a bad mood, honestly. I feel like my emotions have been kind of everywhere this week. Just, I definitely don't regret doing it, but I think it's kind of hard sometimes when you look at yourself, and I just kind of was feeling a little bit like Frankenstein. And to think that I like put myself through this for something so trivial and shallow, and it makes me kind of sad that I didn't have the self-acceptance then that I do now, and that I just felt like I wasn't good enough, like my body wasn't good enough. And so I think you just start thinking about all these things, and it's been emotional, but it's been good. I have so much more gratitude to my body now, and I'm just glad I've reached this point. And I still feel like I'm so young. It could have been a lot later in life. It's the little wins, right? Well, I'm just gonna sit out here and finish my grapes. I think I'm gonna make some raw brownies. I've been really craving chocolate, probably because of my cycle. So I'm gonna make some simple brownies. I have just like walnuts and dates and some chocolate, I think, some cacao. But I'll show you guys before I eat it what they look like. All right, catch you in a bit. So I just had to show you guys, these are the brownies I made. It is literally the most legit raw brownie recipe I've made. All whole ingredients, some walnuts, dates. I put some almond butter and some cacao powder. And then on the top, chopped up Brazil nuts and a little bit of Celtic sea salt. I'm gonna have to eat one of these right now, which I'm sure most of you would like one. Okay, so I wanted to give you guys a legit reaction to these brownies. These are really good. You wouldn't know they are raw. The cacao powder makes them kind of more like cakey, but all the fat from the walnuts and the almond butter make it like a gooey, more like a fudgy brownie. And then that sea salt. Like, if you guys are a fan of sweet and salty, you will love these. If you want the recipe, let me know. They don't really stay together like a legit brownie, but it's got a good mouthfeel, so when you eat it, it tastes like a fudgy, cakey brownie. These are so good. It made 6, and maybe there'll be some left for tomorrow. Jordan will love these too, so I'm sure he is going to help me consume them. But it's really hitting that chocolate fix that I needed. I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna stand up and enjoy the rest of this, and then I think we're gonna watch a little House of Dragon. You guys watch that show? We were big Game of Thrones fans, and when the first season of House of Dragon came out, we were kind of like, and then the last couple episodes got really good. So we've only seen the first episode to season 2. I think we're gonna get ready to dig into that. I'll see you guys at my next meal. Okay guys, I had that brownie. It's probably been about 4 hours, honestly. It was pretty filling. We ended up eating, I'll just kind of show you, about half, maybe a little bit over half of the pan. I think we are done with those for the day. Usually when I fix something like that, it's gone the day of, but not today. They are quite filling, I think, with all the healthy fats in there. I made a salad for dinner tonight. It is a combination of romaine lettuce, green leaf lettuce, and some Napa cabbage. And then I have some chopped up cauliflower, carrots, cucumbers, red onions, and tomatoes on here. And then I made myself a hemp seed ranch dressing. It's super simple. And then with it, I am going to have some of these Foods Alive. They're like a raw flax cracker. This one is onion and garlic. They're called Sprouted Crisps. There's flax seed, sunflower seed, chia seed, pumpkin seed, black sesame, and natural sesame, and then garlic granules, tomato powder, minced onion, and Himalayan pink powder. I don't know if you guys have had the flackers. I think I've showed those before here on my channel, but these are way better. I really like these. The flavor of these is really good. So I'll probably have a few of these with my salad. Normally I would put on some sprouted buckwheat groats, but I don't have them dehydrated to where they get crispy, but I usually put those on my salad. Maybe some walnuts, but because I have the brownies, I'm vegan, I probably won't put any nuts on there. So I'm just gonna do a generous coat of the ranch, and then if I need more, I will add more. I've had a lot of anti-inflammatory foods today, including the cacao. Everything that I've eaten is loaded with antioxidants, which help to fight inflammation. So it's what I've been consuming on a daily basis, with this addition to smoothies and some superfoods in my smoothies to kind of help expedite the healing process. I'm feeling really good. I'm glad that the first week is over with, and that I'm feeling like myself again. So thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.